guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. As you've already seen by the title, today's video is going to be a hair install and also a chit chat. Okay, I love these videos so much because I'm not just speaking, I'm also installing my hair, and I actually get a lot of questions about my hair, so that's the reason why I try to incorporate hair videos into my chit chat. We're going to be talking about the first changes, physical changes that I made during my level up journey, this one that I'm still embarking on. I'm still working on. And also I'm going to be installing this hair that was sent over to me by LUVME Hair. As the video progresses, you're going to obviously learn more about the hair, details and all that stuff. So I'm not going to talk too much, but without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Okay? So today's video is actually sponsored by LUVME Hair, and you're familiar with this video. So basically you watch me install my hair while I talk about, the topic that we're talking about. Now, LUVME Hair, as you guys already seen how the box came, very beautiful box, purple. It came with like a dust bag as per usual. It has this little note in it, which is actually beautiful, to be honest. It says, enjoy your hair journey from now on, Helena, the founder of LUVME. And honestly, I find their packaging really elegant, like classy. They have all the goodies in this little bag. This is actually the first time that I'm seeing a hair company send press-on nails. They sent lashes, and this lashes actually looks really good. They also sent like a hair ruffle, and I think they sent earrings. They put in this comb. I feel like nowadays when I get hair from hair companies, I get a lot of combs, and I have a lot of combs right now, different types, different styles. That's nice, exciting and stuff. So this is a wig they sent to me. This wig pretty much came pre-bleached and pre-plucked. It comes with 4 combs at the back as per usual, but also comes with like the strap thing. I think this is like the latest thing for like every wig right now. I think this is their undetectable invisible lace water wave 13x6 lace. I have it in the length 22. So let's just get into the installation part of the video. Now, as you already seen by the title, today's video we're going to be chatting about the first physical changes that I made in my level up journey. Like the first physical things that I had to change, the first physical things that I attacked. When you're going through your level up journey, you have to make a list of the things that are easier to deal with. I think the list goes on to like the most difficult, but then it starts from the least difficult basically. And that's exactly what I did. And I encourage you guys to do that if you're also on this journey, because that actually helps a lot. So in my previous video on this series, talking about the first things I had to let go to, live a better life, how to start my level up journey. I really didn't think you guys were interested about my personal journey, but you guys, that video did so well. You guys had a lot to say, and a lot of you related to everything that I said. Sometimes when you're going through this, you kind of feel like you're the only one going through it, so you don't necessarily think like anyone else shares the same experience as you do. So it was so mind-blowing to know that a lot of people actually go through the same things, and I'm just like, oh my god, girl, you overthink too? Oh. And a lot of you actually do overthink, and I'm going to make videos about overthinking like consistently, because it's one thing that I'm battling with. It's one thing that I'm still working on. It's one thing that actually frustrates me. So I'm going to keep making videos about overthinking and how I'm dealing with it on a daily. Oh, my mirror is over here, so if you're wondering why I'm looking to the side, that's the reason why I'm looking to the side. Physical changes during my level up journey was priority for me. I feel like that's like the most easiest thing that you can change. I feel like that's like the easier first step to take, because talking about the things that I'm going to talk about today, I feel like those things you can attack like immediately and just start working on them. But like other things like mindset, emotions, character and all that stuff, those ones are a lot more work to be done than like the little things that here and there needs to be changed. So that's the reason why I kind of recommend starting with the physical changes. The first thing that I attacked was my style. Well, I'm going to try and not just like focus on talking. I'm going to try and balance out, because you guys already know that when I start talking, I'm just so passionate about talking about the topics that, girl, I actually forget to do what I'm supposed to be doing in the video. But yeah, my style was the first thing I attacked. And this is because it's not like I didn't like my style before my level up journey, but I feel like I was just all over the place. I didn't know exactly what I wanted when it comes to, you know, how I dress and how I looked. Also, I feel like it was a lot immature and very tacky, my style before now. And if you know me from, you know, a couple years ago, if you know me from just as close as 2 years ago, you know that a lot has changed about me. I've had like friends that have known me for that long ask me, what happened? I'm telling you, like literally the last time somebody asked me that was, I would say 2 months ago. And she wrote me on Instagram and she was like, God, like, something must have shifted. I'm like, girl, a lot has shifted in my life. I am completely different. I'm a whole different person right now. And I don't know how you don't understand that, but it's true. But the thing is, my style then, I'm telling you, in terms of like hair, nails, outfits, shoes, everything was different. I was very tacky. Trust me, even back then, I don't think, because I mean, there's still a lot of people that dress the way that I dressed back then, and I wouldn't consider them tacky per se. But for me, I just feel like I wasn't looking how I wanted to be addressed. I looked a different way and I was expecting people to address me a whole different way. I have to dress the part. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted like a mature, realistic, calmer look, and I feel like it's by preference, you know. And to be honest, like what works for one person might not work for the other. And also, like, we have different taste in everything. We're different, we're humans, right? And also, like, what you might consider classy, I could consider tacky, and what you might consider, you know, pretty much the opposite, right? So for me, the way I dress right now is I feel like a lot different, a lot mature. My style, in terms of even how I pick my nails before, I would, okay, you know what, I don't want to say this so no one comes for me, but you know what, I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm not a scaredy cat. I'm gonna say it because that's how I genuinely feel. And I just feel like, I'll be honest, before, when I would get my nails done, I loved really long nails, right? Not to say that long nails are bad, right? Not to say that long nails are not cute or not classy, but it just depends. And realistically speaking, if you have a 9 to 5 or if you have like a very serious job, you can't be having long nails. Like, that's just the truth. And if you work with systems all day, and that's why I'm like, okay, it's different for everyone because we have different jobs, and you know, like your job doesn't pretty much determine like how professional you are, or your nails does not determine how professional you are actually. But it's just, for me, my path is different, and I would always have long nails. I have long nails, but not the extremely long ones. Well, I didn't go that far. Like, I didn't go really long, like extremely long, but I actually would always have long nails. And another thing that I had to let go of, sis, was the crystals, studs, stones, and all these extra designs. Like, sis, that's, for me, I just feel like I can't take somebody who has like LV logo with like, I know a lot of like celebrities do that, and you know, see, I'm trying to hold my tongue, but because I know that there are people that actually love that, but for me, I just find it really tacky, and I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm so sorry. I just have to, like, I find it really tacky. And this comes from someone that used to do that. Like, I used to have a lot of designs, like, on my nails, like, a lot of nonsense, basically. And then also colors. I used to have bright pink. Not to say bright pink is bad, but it's just the way I did it. And for the life that I want to live and the journey that I'm on, I just feel like that wasn't like the best look for me. I just had to get rid of that. For my hair, I pretty much didn't used to do like too much with it prior, so I didn't really change so much, except that there were so many hairstyles and colors that I was attracted to. I had to step back from, so that's what I did. Now, the major aspect of my style that I had to really attack was my outfits. Oh my god. Like, how I would dress to the club right now is very different from how I used to dress to the club. Sis, I would try to look for pictures. My phone wiped earlier, like, no, in the middle of last year, actually. If not, I would have actually attached or would have included pictures in this video so you'd understand what I'm saying. But sis, how I would dress to a party, how I would dress to, you know, you know, a date or anything like previously has completely changed. Right now, you can tell that I'm a lot grown, and this is not even by age or anything. This is just by mindset and preferences. Like I have evolved. I had to think about that. And also, like, I've never ever been like someone who loved colors per se with my outfits, but I still managed to look tacky. You know how you can say, oh, I limited colors from my wardrobe, and you know, like, that helps me. That's not even my case. My own was just I would have regular black, white, nude, like monochrome outfit and still look a mess and still look tacky. And that's exactly what I needed to change. My choice in outfits, choice in accessories, everything has to change. Now I'm a bit more, no, I wouldn't want to say conservative, because I still like to spice things up, but I'm a lot more, you know, classy with it. So you need to pick your style. For me, what helped me with picking my style was looking for inspiration. I had a lot of, you know, inspo from Pinterest. I talk about Pinterest a lot whenever I talk about style, because I use Pinterest for everything. Right now, I'm in the process of moving to a new apartment, yay, which I will talk about in the coming video. But even to like get that apartment to look the way that I wanted to do, because I want to do like this brown beige type theme, I had to go on Pinterest. So Pinterest is my go-to for literally anything style decor. If you just put in like brown shirt on a black girl or brown shirt black girl, you see a whole lot of inspiration, a whole lot of ideas, a whole lot of, you know, options. So that's how I use, like, I create like mood boards and pins for like different things, like jean outfits, shirt outfits. Like, I literally started creating that, and that helps me a lot. I used a lot of celebrities, not even celebrities, YouTubers, not celebrities at all, a lot of YouTubers that I actually admire the style. For instance, Alia's face. I love Alia's face style, so I would also like, you know, mirror her style sometimes. I love Tamara. Oh my god. Tamara Renee. Actually, she comes first. I'm not gonna lie. I love Alia, but Tamara comes first. I love her style. I would mirror it as well, because that's how I'd like to look. So I'll be like, okay, I'll just look for a lot of profiles and just like see, okay, sis, you are going to pair that white shirt with that skirt. Are you mad? Look at how she paired the white shirt. And that's exactly what I do for my style. Like, I would basically just look for inspiration, because you can't do it alone. Like, you can actually say, okay, you have it in your head, but when you put it together, it will just be trash. So I'll just look for inspiration, and that's what I did for the most part, and I still do that to date. Now I have a fedora hat. I have two actually, and I'm just like, I want a fedora hat look. I don't know how to achieve it, right? So I'm just like, okay, what can I do? I went on Pinterest first, tried to look for fedora hats, you know, pictures. I saw a couple of them, loved them. Then went on Instagram, typed in fedora hat, saw a couple of inspirations as well. And at the end of the day, I already have a look in my mind. So that's just how I did with my style, and that's what I keep doing with myself, because your style says a whole lot about you as a person. You don't know that, but it's the truth. Like, although sometimes like your style could not necessarily interpret like who you really are inside, which is the reason why you have to be mindful, because what you might be going for might be completely different from the person that is actually staring at you, because you'll be going for something really classy, something really elegant, and the person that like staring at you will be looking at, I'm so sorry, boy, who or a stripper. But that's just the truth, because sometimes the outfits you wear sends a different message to people. Like, the outfits you wear tells people so much about you that aren't true. And sometimes, like, previously I actually knew this, but I wouldn't take it so serious, because I'll just be like, oh, that's like for shallow-minded people. I'm like, yeah, it depends on how far they go though, but it's just like, for the most part, you have to be conscious. You have to be conscious. Like, think about it. If you really want a contract from a company that you've been eyeing for your business for a long time, right? What makes you think walking in, I'm so sorry to say Fashion Nova, but then Fashion Nova has like these like risque type dresses. What makes you feel walking in with one of them Fashion Nova risque ripped type dresses, like would, with like long nails that has like 200 studs on it, will make that company or that manager take you serious. Obviously they wouldn't take you serious. Do you get what I mean? It's a hard pill to swallow. That's just a truth, because people, especially females, will try to be like, oh, how we dress, how we look doesn't define who we are. Yeah, it doesn't, but then it also sends out like a message that could be, you know, misinterpreted, or how to say it? Yeah, misinterpreted. I had to concentrate to properly lay the lace down, and then obviously I tied the band as per usual. I'm going to do a side part, but I'm not exactly sure how I want the side part to go. I don't know if I should do it this way. This way or this way? I think this way. This way? Yeah, I think this way. Now, aside my style, another thing that I was so conscious about was how I speak. And this is not to say that prior to my journey, I wasn't speaking good. I was, you guys, I was just not as conscious as I am right now. I was good with the basics, which I'm not saying that the basics is not good, like understanding English and, you know, speaking good English. I'm not saying that's not good. I'm just saying that I want more. I'm just saying that I want more, and this is because I feel like with the extent, you should know how far that you want to go with your journey and the places that you like to be in. For me, with the places that I would like to be in and the people I like to associate myself with, and in terms of career, where I intend to step my feet, I just feel like going in there with, you know, how I was previously. I'm not saying I'm even perfect right now. Like, I'm doing a whole lot of work and how I speak, in terms of like, you know, cursing, which I've spoken about before, about like, you know, a high value woman, cursing, you know, choice of words, types of words that you use, you know, try and not just be like the basic Jane or plain Jane when it comes to speaking. And that's exactly what I wanted to do for myself. I'm Nigerian. Let me start from there. I definitely do have a Nigerian accent. 100%. And I wasn't born outside Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, raised in Nigeria, studied in Nigeria. I only moved out of Nigeria when I was 20. So it was like, bro, there's absolutely no way I'm not going to have a Nigerian accent. So the thing is, I just have to perfect it in a way where I speak good and speak correctly with good grammar and just nothing else. Like, I'm not faking any accent. I'm not trying to do too much because it's not necessary. I live in a country where English isn't their first language. Most people here, or some people here, don't even speak English. So it would just be dumb of me to have an American accent or a British accent living in Hungary. Like, that's just daft. So I say that to say, that's not the aim here. That's basically just me talking about how I speak. Is basically like choice of words, improving and advancing my vocabulary, and, you know, doing better when it comes to mingling and associating with people of class. Because I intend, or I'm on a journey where career-wise, I have two different lives when it comes to that aspect. You all know, you know, my HR side, which I have been, you know, open about. And I also do have, you know, my social media side, which it will definitely come in handy if you definitely want to progress in both sides, you know. So I've been working on that lately and I'm doing a good job. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm way better than I was before. If you watch my old videos, you know that I was just basically I was making a fool out of myself. My old videos, I'm not going to lie, I was. So now I'm so picky on, you know, how I interact with people, what I say, how I say it, and stuff. And I feel like it's 100% necessary as a human being, especially as a woman, to understand that sometimes you have to let go of some childish talk, some childish behavior, when to speak, how to speak, and all that stuff. I've spoken about that before. Sometimes, obviously, like, you don't stick to that rule of, you know, who to speak to, when to speak, and, you know, what you say or how you speak. because you know sometimes some situations require you to just be a mad person, but most of the time for your daily, you know, your regular life, your daily activities, your daily routine, it's just good to master the act of speaking well. Okay, let's talk about the next thing that I had to consider, which also a lot of people don't take into account when they are going through the level up journey, because they feel like it's not as serious as every other thing that I've spoken about, or all the things that I've spoken about, which is your social changes. Now, social changes for me was basically from, you know, where I hang out, who I hang out with, and when I hang out. And this is not to say that I became like, you know, a boring auntie or anything, because you all know that I love life. I jay a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I like to have a good time, okay? I really do. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, my choice of, you know, restaurants or bars or clubs to have fun. Previously, like, I wouldn't mind staying out till like 8 a.m. And that's not to say that 8 a.m. oh my god, that's so bad, but that's the truth, right? That's not to say like right now I wouldn't stay out like till that late, you know. That's not to say that, if I'm being honest, because I most probably would do that if I'm having a good time with friends. I would do that, but it's on like rare occasions now. That's one. And then two, who I go with matters. Like I said, during a level up journey, you should always consider people that align with those thoughts. So that's the reason why when I was talking about leveling up in your 20s, I always include friendships, relationships, people you hang out with, because those actually determine, you know, how your life goes and what happens with you. Because you could have a whole different plan, but then if you associate yourself with people who do not understand your plan, why you even made the plans and you know where your head is at, they can't support you, they can't help you. So for that reason, you're actually going to always, you know, fall and, you know, have like setbacks and stuff. So that I had to put into consideration. My social changes also included social media. That's funny because, you know, I have a whole YouTube channel and I'm making videos on YouTube. I have an Instagram account that I post pictures and pretty much, you know, share a part of my life. Like I said, a part of my life, a very tiny part of my life. And that's something that I needed to put on wraps as well, in as much as I love you guys and I'd like to share everything with you guys, knowing fully well that helps a lot of people that watch me, which is fine. But at the same time, I'm also doing this for myself, right? I'm also doing this for myself. I'm also doing this to improve myself as a human being. And that means I can't exactly, you know, be 100% on social media. That's actually crazy, considering the fact that this is part of my, like, this is also my job. But it's the truth. You need to draw the line. The same way you have a 9 to 5 where, you know, you're all fun and games with your colleagues and, you know, it's all fun and games. It's all like you have a whole different family when you're in the office and stuff. You have a whole different life. And it's pretty much the same thing. It's not like you share everything with your colleagues. And that's exactly what I set with my Instagram and social media. I pretty much only use Instagram. I tried with Twitter. I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it, and that's because I'm pretty much, I don't know how to navigate the entire Twitter thing, and I just feel like I have YouTube that I absolutely love. Like, I watch YouTube every single day. Twitter, I just feel like is a lot complicated for me, so I stay away from it. YouTube is easier to, you know, navigate and also, like, you know, tame yourself and control exactly what's being posted, because YouTube, you know, you have to like edit and all that stuff. That's different. But Instagram mainly is what I'm talking about. Typically, I wouldn't be conscious about what I post on my stories, or that's like previously. I wouldn't really mind. It's not like I wouldn't mind. Obviously, I was still like, you know, trying to be the it girl and still trying to, like, you know, do the little I could before my level up journey on Instagram and stuff. But at the same time, I wasn't exactly conscious of, you know, what was feed worthy, what was story worthy and all that stuff until when my level up journey started. And I was like, okay, I would like the same way I would like my style in person to reflect who I am. and what I stand for, it's the same way I'd like my social media to reflect that as well, if you get what I mean. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I've had a couple of setbacks, you guys already know, when it comes to my Instagram, disabled like 1 billion times. But obviously, like, I have my new page, and definitely it's always linked in the description box below. And to be honest, that has actually grown faster, bigger, better than my old one. So that's to show you that rejection and denial isn't failure. It's not failure. That's to show you that. So like I was saying, I want my social media to also reflect, you know, who I am, the kind of pictures I post. So it's not just like, okay, I'm dressing like this, like in person, and stepping out like this. I will take pictures like that, so it creates like some type of portfolio for me. I mean, my Instagram I take so serious, to be honest. On my stories, I'm a bit lenient. On my stories, I could share anything that I feel like is cute. Not everything, but anything that I just feel like, okay, I could, you know, get a pass with. But I'm very, 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 very conscious of what I post on social media. And I know obviously it sounds insane considering that I'm a social media person, but then I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I'm very, very conscious of what I post on social media. And it's the same thing for my feed. I wanted my feed to look the same. I wanted my feed to look that way, but I didn't want it to look scripted. Now that's the thing. I probably will make a whole video about Instagram because I did a lot of work for my Instagram, you guys. Like, a lot of work to get to where I am right now. I just got past 6K. It's so good because it's like in a short period of time, because I only had my Instagram for slightly over 6 months. When you're leveling up, people need to see the changes all round. This is not just about, oh, I met Lucy and she speaks so well, she looks different, she acts different, she rolls with like different people, she associates with different people now. This is not just about that. This is about reflection all around, and that's exactly what I was trying to do. And that's why I'm telling you guys these parts, these little bits as well, because I feel like it's important when you want to do this. I feel like it's very important to be able to put every aspect of your life into, you know, the entire picture, if you get what I mean. The last thing that I feel is probably one of the most important for me after style, to be honest, is I was more intentional about planning everything. I'm telling you, from my finances to how much water I drink in a day type thing. Like, normally I've always been this person that it's not like I don't believe in planning things, but I am still a spontaneous person. I love adventure, right? I'm not usually putting pressure on myself to do anything. God, I look weird. Maybe stay here, but I need to take this. I need to hurry up and take this off. But I wouldn't really necessarily put so much importance into planning anything. And I felt like it worked for me so much because I was just like, yeah, it will work for me if I don't put so much pressure on myself to get it done. Do you get what I mean? Or it will work for me if I don't like write like a 20-step routine on how to get it done. In this new journey of mine, planning, structure, stability, most important. Stability, oh my god. I will make a whole video about stability because I have to. Sis, I have to, because I am struggling so bad with stabilizing so many areas of my life. 2022, I feel like I want to theme it the year of stability, because I want to be more intentional about, you know, stabilizing different aspects of my life and not just living the way that I've been living. Because I've always been that person that I'm just like, I don't care. Like, why do you need to like put pressure on yourself for this and the third? Like, just leave. Like, blah, blah, blah. No. So I started doing this already, like, you know, planning, as well as like, you know, my finances, every aspect of my life, trying to be more structured. It was one thing I needed to put on hold, one thing I needed to put a seal on, because I was just, sis, all over the place. Not just all over the place, but basically just leaving and not being as prepared as I thought that I was. but I actually thought I was prepared. I thought I was prepared for so many things, doing so many things, embarking on so many journeys. I actually thought that I was doing the right thing because I wasn't putting, quote unquote, putting so much pressure on myself by planning. But planning helps you get through a whole lot. Planning, putting things into perspective, you know, structuring your day, structuring your life, structuring your finances helps a lot. So that was a major thing that I had to consider. That was a major thing that I had to put into perspective. I'm still working on it because sometimes, obviously, like if you've lived like that for years, it's so hard to just pick yourself up and, you know, have everything. So sometimes I still like fall short. I'm just like, Lucy, get yourself together. And then I do the needful. Wait, let me put this hair to the front so you guys can see the hair that I have. So I look like a whole different person right now. But this is a completed look. This is how the hair turned out. I am absolutely in love. I know this hair says water wave, but I didn't want to wear it as water wave, like the, you know, kind of curls that it comes with. So I just put in, like, as you guys saw, like some one curls to it, and that was it. This is exactly what I'm going for. This is what I imagined and exactly what it's giving me. The hair texture, the hair quality, bomb. 100% bomb. Okay, I'm going to leave the link to the hair and all the details in the description box below. So in regards to the topic that I was talking about, that was literally how I started, and honestly I'm going to keep making videos like this. Like, I'm going to continue the series. I already told you guys when I started it, like in the previous video, that I was going to make more videos about my level up journey, the beginning, the first things I did, you know, step by step, and then I'm going to keep talking about it till this very moment that we're in right now. Okay, and I'm just going to let you guys know, spoiler alert, of course it's not perfect, of course, like I'm doing a lot of work, but until I get to the very moment where I talk about, like, you know, present time, I am hoping that it'll be a lot better than I actually am right now with the journey. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying that it's not exactly where I expected it to be at this very moment, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about everything. But anyways, thank you LUVME here for, you know, working with your girl, putting money in my pocket, sponsoring the video and all that good stuff. I love the hair. Links are going to be in the description box below. Follow me on my social media account, which is literally just Instagram. Links in the description box below, and I'm so sure you've been seeing it floating here or here on the screen the entire video. So follow me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will definitely see you in my next one. Bye.